All right.
We're live.
Are we live?
Apparently. Where's your video?
I don't know.
Where are we? Watch live video.
Watch live video.
There we are.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, we don't see anybody on here yet, so we will just do the usual. Oh, we have 10 people. Oh my goodness. Hi, 10 people that are here already. Thank you for being here. All right. Does it say anything about the comment thing? Like if you wanted to leave a comment?
Hello. Right, can I write that?
Yeah, you can write hello. Oh, we've got some up there. Hello from Rebecca and from Judy and from Savannah. Okay. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming. Okay, so your subtitles. Oh, cool. Okay, so we're really excited. We're actually really stressed. Can you tell?
No flustered.
We've literally been at this since what, like
10.
9:39 o'clock this morning, trying to figure out. Hey, Gail, trying to figure out how to use StreamYard. There was a lot of swearing. I was almost in tears. If Savannah hadn't been here, I would have completely lost my bananas. So anyway, for anybody that's never joined in, hi, I'm Kelly from Kellie's Bead Boutique, and this is my sidekick, Savannah.
Hi.
From my daughter-in-law and working here, so she's like does double duty. And today I believe we're live in the Great Bead Extravaganza and on my Facebook page and on YouTube. I think I'm live everywhere. So this is an experiment because I figured it was high time to get with modern times and not have to be switching cameras around and going crazy.
Can everyone hear us?
Oh yes, we need to ask that. Is there any echoes or any weird things? Because that was what was causing a lot of the swearing. Oh, hey, Carmen. Hey, Pamela. It's not our Carmen, different Carmen. Susan, Verna. I like it when you guys put where you're from.
Yeah.
Teresa. Hey, Sheila. Yeah, just if there's any problems, can you guys give us a heads up? Just because this is the very first. They're static.
But then Carmen said, I hear you fine.
Okay, it might be the connection.
Sound is bad.
Sound is bad. You know, it could be.
It's jerky sounding.
It's jerky sounding. Okay. I don't know. Well, it may just have to be this time, some static. So it could just be, it could be the mic going. We were really struggling trying to figure this out. Yeah, it is very staticky. Let's change the, we've got this one here. Let's just swap out this one.
Maybe we need this thing.
Yeah, okay, so let's swap out. Okay, give us 2 seconds. We're going to just swap this entire unit. So I'm not going to talk for a sec. A miracle. Yeah, let's pop that one up.
Trying to without.
Yeah, whoa.
Oh, no.
Okay, is that any better? Because we just swapped our mics and it just needs to get tilted back up a little bit. It's
back up?
Just to the right, like that way. Okay. Well, it's like tilted this way. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, no, now it's gone too far.
Are we not good?
This just needs to tip down. It needs to really crooked.
I don't know what you're saying.
No.
That is down, Kelly.
That way.
Okay, that's to the side.
Okay, is that better? Sorry, Savannah. I gotta move this. It's driving me nuts. All right, sorry guys. We'll get this figured out. Get a big boob shot there. So, okay, is that better?
Much better, they said.
Okay, so it must have been this mic. So we will take this one and deposit it in the garbage. Well, not really, but you know. Oh, goodness. All right, so let's get rid of that one because that's the one we don't want to use. We'll throw that on the floor. Okay, well, I'm glad that we asked you, so that's better. Okay, good. So now what this is going to give us the ability to do is not have to change, you know, cameras and all that kind of stuff. So, oh, somebody said they're still static. Oh, crap. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't know.
It's touching your shirt. It's probably why.
Maybe. All right. You know what I'm going to do?
Just put it right there.
What about that? We'll try that. Let's see if that's any better. It could just be it was on my shirt. So, okay. Just let us know if that's any better. Okay. Well, we're doing our best. We've been trying all day long to try and get this to work a little better. But anyway, I hope it will. So, Kelly, it's on my side.
Still static, not as bad.
Okay. Well, maybe now that I've moved it, once somebody comments, it'll be better. Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay,
Let's
we're just going with it.
deal
So
with that.
I got my hair all cut off again yesterday, really short. So that's my new thing of the day. And we were just talking about Savannah's hair and how much I love the color of her hair, even though it's gray, but it's,
I have like a
I love
big gray streak.
yeah. Okay. All right, so we didn't even have anything planned for today because we're all feeling kind of funky. There's a lot of smoke here right now. We've got forest fires very, very close to where we live and where
It's like
Savannah
in a
lives.
circle around us.
Yeah.
There's forest fires. So it's all the smoke just sits in one
Yeah,
area, which is where we live.
we're kind of what's called the valley. And so it literally is like a bowl here. And everybody is just really struggling. So Carmen that works for me, she said she just feels terrible. So, and I was like hacking up a lung. You haven't been feeling well. A lot of people aren't feeling really good right now because it's literally like you're outside breathing this stuff in. And some people are actually wearing masks just to try to filter it out a little bit. So, yeah, we haven't been at our best today, but we're doing the best we can. So anyway, so we didn't have a lot planned today, but so we just thought, let's just try and get this working because this weekend is the Great Bead Extravaganza. So on Friday night at, I forgot the time. I think it's at 5:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys get to do the math on your end. We're going to be doing our preview where everybody's going to show what they're doing and talk a little bit about the projects. And then on Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is my presentation. So we'll show you the project after because, it's not in this camera view now. So I wanted to make sure that I got this all running so that I actually looked a little bit more professional.
Good luck.
This being old stuff is not easy. It's really hard. Oh, yeah, somebody did put a schedule up one day. Thanks. Yeah, I think I posted one up on my page this morning too. So they're all over the place. So,
Are you in Washington? No, we are in British Columbia, Canada.
yeah, so if anybody's in Washington, you're probably getting the smoke there too because there's fires all over. There's some up more around like Manning Park area, but there's one in like kind of where Savannah and my son got married last year. There's a big fire up that way. They're all over the place. So yeah, it's kind of crazy right now. So you may notice on the you've got lots in Seattle too, Linda. Yeah, it's everywhere right now, right?
Grace's school didn't let them out for lunch yesterday.
Oh,
They had to
really?
stay inside
Oh.
because their smoke was so bad.
Yeah, I thought it was my eyes, but it actually is the the smoke. It's crazy. So, oh, thank you, Kathy. We love you too. Okay, so one of the things that last night, Savannah, we often text at night, and she sent me a picture of something that she created, and my response was an expletive because I was like, "How did you know how to do that?" Like. She did the most amazing job on creating something that she didn't know how to create. Because Savannah doesn't really know anything about beads or beading or techniques or anything yet, right?
I know how to put a bead on a string.
Yeah. Well, it's a start, right?
Yeah.
So I thought this would be a really good opportunity to show you guys this very simple, throw together quick necklace. I thought it was kind of cute. I had a gun held to my head basically this morning with this going, okay, I got to create something really fast. So I'm going to show you how to do it, but Savannah's going to kind of watch because I said to her, you're going to have to learn how to do a wrapped loop. And she goes, what's that? So I said, okay, that's what we're going to do today is we're going to do that. But also back to what my previous thought was, because, I'm all over the map. We had a couple of the girls working yesterday, and Lori, who used to be my sort of full-time gal that was like, she ran the shit at the other store. She was here yesterday and I asked her to do leather inventory, and she realized that a lot of the leather that we have available for sale is not on the website. So I've been working on that. It's not all up, but if you are looking for leather, we carry the best quality leather. I don't carry junky leather. And most of it was up, but some of it hasn't been. So there's still, I think, 2 or 3 having to go up. I don't know how that happens. I guess just because I have over 9,000 items to put on the website, sometimes they don't get up on there. So keep watching for that. I added a few more new things to the clearance section, but they're going really, really fast. Oh, Yeah, leather ends. Lori did 10 bags of leather ends, and they're on the clearance section. I'm pretty sure they should come up. If they don't, I'll check it after. Maybe you can check on our website just while I'm doing this demo. So there'll be 10 of those, and that's just like where we take a bunch of scraps, and they're all at least 10 or 11 inches long, and some go right up to a meter or more. Sometimes we just, cut it, and then it gets thrown in a bag, and we don't know what to do with it. So you guys can get a really good deal on it.
You realize you get the wrong color.
Yeah, we do that. You pick a try to make up a kit, and then you pick the wrong color, and so we just end up putting it in a bag. So it's still a little staticky. I'm sorry, we just don't understand why, but we'll get that figured out at some point. Just not in this video today because I gave up. But I'll do some. I'll talk to the people at StreamYard and ask them why we're getting static. So, all right. So I think that was about it. I think we're almost all sold out of the bead mixes that we had done. And as soon as I find 5 minutes, I'm going to be creating some new bead mixes. And I think we're going to try and come up with a Christmas one. So keep watching. There's always new stuff coming up on the website. And, you all know how to get there, right? Just www.kelliesbeadboutique.com. Just spell it with an IE. Now, for all my American folks, our exchange rate is terrible right now, which is in your favor. So if you place an order with us, you're going to save at least another 25% on top of what you're already saving because of the exchange rate. So I have had a couple people say, but I get charged a foreign exchange fee. So sometimes you might get like a $2 charge on it, but you're still making up so much more with the exchange rate that, like, personally, if I was living in the United States, I wouldn't care about that little foreign exchange fee because I'm still saving another 25 or whatever. It doesn't come from us. It comes from the bank. So it fluctuates, but right now I'm paying a fortune for everything because the exchange rate is terrible. So it sounds like we don't have a good connection to input. Yeah, but we do. Like we're connected right in there on both, and that's pushed in as far. So maybe we'll have to clean them or something. But yeah, we'll figure it out. For the next broadcast, we will get this staticky issue all figured out. We could hear because we were doing some tests earlier, but we just could not figure it out. I don't know what would cause the static, so we will get it figured out for the next broadcast. But
might need a different mic.
Yeah, might have to. I mean, we've already gone through 2, but I'll get it figured out. So, all right. So I think what we're going to do is Savannah's going to scoosh on over, and I'm going to show you the project for today. So if you want to spotlight my mat, because we get to do this fancy stuff now.
Are we good to go?
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, just go in there and slowly look at that. So much better. Yeah, it's a little weird for me. I feel like everything's different, but so I'll get Savannah to help me watch the comments too. But I think I can do 2 things at once. So I think I might have to put my glasses on. Okay, so no, that's not working. Oh Lord. All right, so we're just gonna show Savannah how to create a really simple necklace using some basic parts. And I'm going to teach her how to make a wrapped loop. And of course, I'm going to be doing a barrel knot because, I have to make barrel knots when I'm creating anything, right? So the tools that we're going to be using today are cutters. And I often get asked about these cutters. They're an old pair. You can see the name's almost gone, but these were from Softlex. They no longer manufacture this, but these are very close to the Tronics that you can get. So if you're looking for a really good lifetime pair of cutters, look for the Tronics. We don't sell them because of the cost of importing them into Canada. It was just cost prohibitive. I've had these for 18 years and they're still as sharp as the day that I bought them. So they are fabulous. They're very expensive though. So just
it's an investment.
Yeah, and they are an investment. We're also going to be using our chain nose pliers and our bent chain nose pliers and our round nose pliers. So that's what we're going to be using for tools today. No, I don't need any scissors today, so I don't have any. So I never remember scissors. So they're like, where's your scissors? Well, I kind of do need scissors, but I'm going to use cutters instead. All right. Oh, and my other tool, of course, is going to be my barrel knot tube. And then I have a pair of tweezers just in case, and I'll show you why. Those are a really good tool. And we sell them for, what are they, $3.99, I think?
They might even be $2.99.
I don't know, they're not very much, but
Under $5.
These are a really good deal. They're stainless steel tweezer with that really sharp pokey end, so you have to be super careful with those. So a good tip someone gave me is to look electronic. Yes, you can do that too, Wendy, for sure. Okay, and then we're also going to be using some 22 gauge craft wire, and we've got one of our silk tassels, and these are a little bit longer. If you didn't like this tassel this long, you could take a really good pair of sharp scissors. I would probably take this down and then give it a haircut. It's going to be really hard to get them straight because you can see even on this, they're not all completely straight, but this is probably a 3-inch, 2.5 maybe inch tassel. I also have one of these, I think it's called like a pagoda cord end or something like that from Tierra Cast. And I have this little link that I just love, and I wanted to use it in something, and I was laying in bed last night trying to think, what can I use with that? So that's what I'm doing today. We also are going to be using one of our silicone sliders, and this is the SOC4. Pardon me, I have a tickle in the back of my throat. This is a little bit larger one that can accommodate 2 pieces of leather up to 2 millimeter. But today we're going to be using the 1.5 millimeter leather. Oh, Santa's just grabbing me water. Thank you. I don't know why, it's weird when you get a little tickle. There still is a little static and a little echo. Oh goodness. The echo's not too bad though, is it? I promise you next time we're going to work on this. Did I say that we have these bead caps? I can't remember what I said now. And then I used this in another project in the Carmen necklace, but this is the ABC 475, and it's the big, I think they're 11 by 7 or something like that. Big, beautiful check glass rondelle. They're just a really large profile, and this is the sapphire color. Look how gorgeous that is. So we're going to just be putting, if you buy a kit, you will get a single piece, but if you wanted to buy them, you could buy a whole strand. And the code is ABC 475. Oh, this tickle is relentless today. Excuse me. Hey, Carlene. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create my little part with my tassel here. So I'm going to cut myself some of this wire. So the reason I like this wire is that it's dead soft. So wire comes in many different tempers. This one is dead soft, and that makes it really malleable. So I'm taking about like 8 inches or something like that. And so it's always hard to use when it comes off the spool like this in that sort of a round C shape. So I just take my pliers and put them at the top, and then take my fingers and I'm pushing my thumb between my fingers and running down like that. So I probably have way too much, but that's how I roll. Goodness. I am just trying not to cough, and it's driving me nuts. Try to get wet my whistle a bit. Okay. So I'm pretending that I'm teaching Savannah. Well, I'm not pretending. She's actually watching.
I am learning.
Okay, so I'm going to go down part way, and I just take my chain nose pliers and I go above my fingers there. And now I'm going to use my thumb because my thumb is the strongest part of my hand. And I'm going to bend away, so that creates a nice sharp 90-degree angle. And actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to change my mind because I have to do something different first. We'll do that at the end. I got to do this part because it's got to be nice and tight. So let's back that up. Okay, good. I thought she was going to say the static was worse. Whoa. Okay, so just ignore that part down there. I'm going to start on this end. And I'm just going to take part of it and put my thumb on top of it so that I've got something to grip on there. And I'm going to wrap around here. And I forgot that I had changed my mind on the way that I was going to create this. So pardon me for my sort of muck up. Now you're never going to see this. So you just want to make sure that that's linked in there really well. And then what I want to do is take this and just kind of push it up against there. Okay. Now this is so not how I normally would make things. You know how I always am totally perfect and how I create stuff, but on this one we get to be a little bit looser. Now what I want to do is like extend this up so I can trim it without cutting that tassel. We do not want to catch any of that tassel in there. because it can, kind of damage it. So you just want to make sure that that's got a good grip on there. And if I pull on there, it's not going to go anywhere. Now I'm going to run this through my little cord end, and then I'm going to pull down. So I might have to pull down like that there. And you're the boss of your jewelry. So just kind of, make it do what you want. So that's what I want, is I want that on there to kind of cover up the top, because I don't love the top part of that tassel, but now you can see it hides all that business that didn't look so nice. So I like the way that that kind of finishes it off. All right. So now I am going to take one of my little tear cast bead caps, and I love these ones. They're sort of my favorite because they cover a nice bit of real estate there. So we're going to put those two on. Now this is just a quick and easy project, but that's what it was good to show her today, was something simple.
Pineapple is great for a tickle.
Pineapple? I don't have any. I don't know why I've got a tickle. Maybe
It might be the smoke.
It might be my throat. I've been coughing so much. Okay, so that's kind of what we created now. Look at how pretty that sapphire goes with that blue tassel. So nice. Okay, so now how I started up there is what we're going to do. So I'm going to what I want to do is take my pliers and push down so that there's no, this is nice and snug in there. I don't want to have any loose ends. All right, so make sure that's nice and tight. And now I'm going to push away. So now we've got that sharp 90-degree angle there. So hopefully everybody can see that. Now I can't read the comments with my glasses on.
It looks very pretty. Juice or pieces of pineapple. And I love that tip. You are the boss of your jewelry.
Oh yeah, I always say that because you kind of are, right? We're creating our jewelry, so let's make it the way that we want. And if it's not working, then just boss it into submission. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you bend this metal too much where it will break?
It will break. If I was to bend that back and forth like 2 more times, it would break.
It'll break.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you kind of want to be careful, especially like on this kind of a sharp angle. That would break it for sure if I went back and forth too many times. You can maybe get one more time. So now I want to create a loop, and I need that loop to be big enough to go over top of this ring, which isn't very big. So I can go down on the bottom of my pliers a little bit, about there.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to come from the back, and I'm going to go straight up and over and towards me with my thumb. So I'm creating a loop around my tool.
Mm-hmm.
You always want to make sure that you're pushing your wire against the tool and actually using the tool for what it's intended instead of just pulling your wire over. You actually want to mold it on there. So now you can see my pliers are parallel to my body. So now what I want to do is open up that plier a little bit, rotate it so now that the pliers are parallel to the table. Now that's just going to make it so that I can then pull this to the back. And now you can kind of see that that's sort of sitting, I'll show you that way, and then I'll show the camera. It's kind of sitting off. So what I'm doing is taking my right hand and repositioning it up a little bit so that it sits a bit more like a lollipop. So now you can see that?
Yeah.
That created our little loop. So now I'm going to take that loop and just either side of this, it doesn't matter. It's got the same on both sides and both ends, which is really nice. And now I'm going to position it so that the loop is on the right-hand side, and then the wire, you can see it's coming up the top there.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get a good grip across that loop. So I want to make sure that I'm not just grabbing onto like that, because then as I go to create this loop, it's going to damage what I've just done. So I get a good grip on there. And if you've got really big pliers and you can't get in there, you can always go on that side. I just find that you don't get a good enough grip. So there we go. Anybody got any questions or anything like that? No, I think I think the throat is from the smoke, I'm pretty sure. All right, so now I'm going to wrap it up. So you can use your tools to wrap, or you can use your hands. I've got a lot of wire here, so I can actually use my hands. So I'm going to just bring this down a couple times. So I just go until I can't go anymore, and now it's starting to bunch back up on itself, which is what I want, because I'm going to work my way back up because I'm going for that little bit of a heavier look that I like to use. So you can see now, I like to make mine really nice and neat. I know it's supposed to be what like I call a messy wrap, but I can't do messy. It goes against my grain. So now I'm going to turn this over, and I want to trim that. So on your cutters, you'll see there's 2 sides. There's the flush side and the non-flush side. So you always want to cut with the flush, because If I cut it this way, like upside down, then what we're gonna have here is a little peak of our wire, and we don't want that. We want it to be nice and flat. So I come in as close as I can get it and give that a little trim. And then if you look at it, you can't really see much of anything. Pardon me, goodness. But there's a little tiny bit of a burr, and I can just take the end of my plier and just push that down. So you can see how nice and neat that looks now.
You can't even tell that there's anything there.
Yeah, so that's what we've got happening so far. I wish I had a lozenge or something down here. I feel like I'm going to bust into one of those really big coughing jags. So hang on a sec while I take a slurp. You couldn't say something if you want, Savannah.
Put me on the spot.
Answer
Thank
that
you.
last question.
Is this a kit? This is a kit. I think it'll be available
It's
at
on the website now.
already on the website at kellysbeadboutique.com.
And what did we call this kit?
Oh, we called this kit the Stella kit after my grandmother who just recently passed away.
And how old was your grandma?
She was turning 100 this May.
So isn't that amazing
Yeah,
that Stella lived till she was
99.
99 years old? So this kit is named in honor of Stella. So if you just go under the necklace kits and look for Stella, it will be under there. Okay, so now, that's quite almost finished now. So all we're going to do is add some leather. And I thought that this sort of, this is our natural gray leather, and I thought the gray went really nice with the blue. It just kind of, you know, I naturally always go to brown, but
Lori's
Is
asking
that-
about the great bead extravaganza.
do I have a, yes, I do. I will show you that in a bit. Okay, so now I'm going to take my leather. So I've got about a meter, which is 39.3 inches exactly. and this is 1.5 millimeter. And I'm going to run it through the end of the little link there. And I'm going to sort of match those up to make sure I'm in the middle section like that. And then all I'm going to do is take this one on top and offset it just by about that much, maybe an inch, because that's going to do is make it so that the top one is just a tiny bit longer than the bottom one by maybe an inch. Because when we do this barrel knot wrap, it's going to, we need just a little bit more on one side than the other.
I've never done a barrel knot wrap.
Oh, okay.
A barrel
Well,
knot.
watch the master. Because apparently that's what I am. The barrel knot queen. I just don't have the crown, so somebody needs to make me a crown.
So you're gonna wrap the longer side.
I'm gonna wrap. Oh, and the way that I do that is I always keep my longer one on top because I like to wrap with my top one.
Okay.
So we're gonna take our barrel knot tube. If you buy this kit, you will get one, but we do sell these on the website. Just type in barrel knot tube and they come up. So I'm gonna place that in between here. Now you kind of need, like, 3 sets of hands to do these, but you just kind of have to make it work. And sometimes with barrel knots, you have to do them 2 or 3 times. It's just the way it is. So what I do is I settle that in between. I grab hold of it all with my left hand. So you can see now that I don't need my other hand there at all. I'm just going to take some of this stuff. And now I'm going to take this one and I'm going to come from underneath and pull it around to the front. And I'm going to wrap 3 times. So I'm going to go once. And then I'm going to go underneath that one. So I'm working towards my left hand.
Mm-hmm.
There's twice and 3 times. So when I get to this point, I want to grab hold of that knot with my right hand, which frees me up to be able to grab that end that I was working with. Take that end and I go through the back end of the barrel knot tube. And that's where most people make a mistake. They grab this way and then they go that way, and we end up with a little bit of leather over top, which is what we don't want to do. So
if you were to wrap it the opposite way, would it look different?
yes, it would. It wouldn't work out properly. So,
Okay.
So I always work towards my non-dominant hand.
Okay.
And then I take that, go up through the back, and I'm still holding on to that. So sometimes people say, well, I can't see what you're doing, but you have to hold on to that.
That is cool, Gail. She can shop and watch you live at the same time.
Well, there you go. It's a good teacher. All right. So I just want to make sure that that's coming out the end. Then we can pull that little tube off. And then I'm going to start to tighten it up. So once I get to this point, then I can kind of let go. But you can see if I was to let go beforehand, this could end up all over the place. So now what I want to do is I want to have this knot sort of brought down here. So I kind of put my thumb there as a place to guide it. And I'm just doing this slowly. So I'm pulling with the one that came through the end. And I'm just kind of jiggling it into the place that I want. And if I'm happy with where it is, then I can start to tighten it up. And that looks pretty good. And you don't want to pull super hard when you're pulling with leather because you could break it. So you see how that just kind of gives it a nice little finished look? I love barrel knots. They
That's
just,
so pretty.
yeah, so this is a sideways barrel knot because normally I would work with this, but I didn't want to put any extra jump rings or anything like that on. So we're just going to go with that. Now what I'm going to do is run my fingers down the end and see how much oops, that did not work, and see how much I need to trim off.
Is this the same end of the top length of leather? That's the same end of the top length of leather.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
working with the top piece always when I'm making my barrel knots. So now you can see I have just a little bit of excess, so I want to trim those up so that they're equal. And then all I'm doing with this necklace, I wanted to keep it super, super simple. So all I'm doing is feeding both of these through at the same time. And if you can't get both of them, you can put one through. And then you can take the other one and try and put it through. Or you can take your tweezers and just make sure it's fully inside the tweezer. And then you can kind of isolate that a little bit. And then just kind of jam your tweezer in there. And it usually goes in. Or if it's not working, the other thing you can do is you can trim that, pardon me, on a bit of an angle. So, and I'm just going up on them. I'm not, you can also go like this way, you know, but I just wanted to have this really super simple. And I know I'm always blaming things on my eyes, but I swear to God, having this surgery was just so hard on my eyes. I can't see with my glasses, my readers, and I can't see without them. Okay, there you go. So that's going through nice and easy now. Get in there. It's a good thing I don't swear on air because there's some days when I want to. Okay, so now you can see that this goes up and down. So you can make that a little bit longer. So if you want to wear it, you know, shorter one day you can, or if you want to wear it a little bit longer you can. Now to stop it from going over the end, you can just simply tie a knot like that. But what I did was on one end, I just did a simple knot. I'm not even going to do a barrel knot on there. I'm just tying a simple knot and pulling it nice and tight. And now if you're worried about that coming apart, you could put a little dab of GS Hypo there. And then I'm doing another knot on the end. Now normally I would do barrel knots there, but I just didn't want to have to cut more leather because you need a little bit more leather. So now let's get all this stuff out of the way. You can see here's my completed necklace. So this is the end. This is how you make it shorter or longer. Just pull that back and forth. And then we've got our beautiful piece there. So just a super simple necklace, just a really quick and easy necklace that you can kind of put together with, you know, a lot of skill level. So it's just a good way of, you know, making something pretty in no time flat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Savannah is really creative and loves to come up with other colorways and things like that. So she pulled these colors off the shelf. So I'm not going to make up a kit of these with this color, these colors, but if you want to, you can, we will give you the code so you could make your own. So she pulled two different colors of tassels. We've got white and black. Now, when you get them, they will come in these tubes, which helps them so that they don't get all kind of bunched up in transit. So she picked these two colors.
But we also have tons of other colors.
Yeah, we got lots of colors.
Lots of colors.
Yeah. And thank you, everybody. Yes, thank you. I think we do have the best leather. We don't buy garbage leather. There's a lot of really crappy leather out there, but we don't carry crappy leather. So now you've seen me use this one. So that's the one that I used in the Carmen kit. So I'll just kind of plunk it there so you can kind of see. And then we would use the gold on here. So if you wanted gold, if you weren't really into the silver and you wanted gold, you could use that. And that would be really nice. So I don't know.
It's a completely different look.
Yeah.
It's
So
the same necklace.
yeah, so you could go with that. So if you wanted to do this one, let's say you wanted to use these colors or with gold, this is the same as these, just a different code. So this is ABC 5, is that 501?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then these are, I've got to put my readers on. So these are 01 0232, and this is the 25. This is their gold. It's called the Capital 10 millimeter cord end. They are a little spendy because they are really weighty. They're very well made, so they're quite a lot more expensive than what you would really imagine. And then these are 94-5590. And then this little link is DDE 013.
No, that's the silver. I think it's 014.
014 for the gold? Okay, I didn't realize they had different codes. So if you wanted to create your own but in a different color, that's how you could do that. So, and then we do sell this craft wire in a 22 gauge in a gold also. Or you could mix and match your metals.
Ooh, the blue and the gold findings.
Yeah, the blue and the gold would be really pretty too. Like, so, you know, if you want to, like, we just didn't want to have to make a kit that went with the gold because this would be a few dollars more. So if you want to make your own, you could easily just grab these by the singles, but that would be very pretty. So anyway, those are just some examples of things that you can create just by, you know, changing your colors. So there you go. I thought these would make really nice earring findings too. You could wrap some stuff around them. Really, really nice. I just thought those were really
A bracelet too.
Yeah, we were that's sort of what started it. We were going to make a bracelet with, but you know, it didn't end up that way. Speaking of bracelets, I came up with a really great one that I was going to show today, but I wasn't ready. So no, I'm not going to show them. I'm not showing them. They're going to have to wait.
I'm too excited. They're so cute.
They're very cute. All my staff are like, whoa, those are cute.
You use colors you don't normally use.
I know. I tried it. Well, one I use completely me. One is
Very me.
you and your daughter.
Yeah.
And my grandbaby.
Yeah.
All right. So for the Great Bead Extravaganza this weekend, I have my Stephanie bracelet. So my, you know, my colors, my turquoise and the pumpkins and the bronzes. So I know we've got at least 20 kits of that color left. I think we're down to about 7 kits maybe with the this beautiful fall combo with the greens and the pumpkins and the bronzy kind of tones. We only have a few left of those. And then this one's been super popular and we had a lot, but I think we're down to the last 20 on the purple one, the purple and the silver. So that's what we're making this weekend. So those kits are available. You just go into the kit section under bracelets and type in Stephanie, I believe, and that will do that. So yeah, so if you want to pop us back to the other thing there, we have these little, this is like so cool. Hello, we're back again. Isn't that better?
Yeah,
Without me
there's no
having
shaking.
Yeah, there's no shaking. The only thing we've got is a little bit of static that we have to figure out. So we'll be doing some research after this to figure out why we have static. But wasn't this better? You guys want to give us a big round of applause for being able to do this?
Very few tears were shed.
There'll be a big rum and coke later tonight. So can you talk about your pearls? Looking for large hole drill pearls. Yeah, Susan, so we do carry some large hole pearls. We've got our 10 millimeter pearls. Do you want to go grab those, please?
Yeah.
You know, just like
On the spinner.
Yeah, there's maybe the new mauve ones that just came in. They're so pretty. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, so we have the 10 millimeter. We usually have 8 millimeter, but we just sold out, but I am placing an order soon. And we also just got in the 6 millimeter pearls, which are really nice to get a large hole 6 millimeter. It's really tough because that's a tiny little pearl. I have a couple strands left. So yeah, this is the 6 millimeter. So, and you can see they're not like perfectly round or anything, but they're not bad. They're pretty good quality. So if you're looking for, let me get rid of some of this stuff here. So if you're looking for a really nice white large hole pearl, these are ACC 100, and they're $34.99, but you get 50% off at checkout because we have that new feature where you don't need a coupon, which is so much better. So that, oh, I'm showing them under the camera. Can you switch the camera to that? I'm like, why am I seeing my face?
It's been a day.
You know your old Len. Like, oh, and I pet these and showing them and what a dinglebutt. As my grandmother would probably say, these newfangled contraptions. Oh, I swore on camera, whatever. So these are the 6 millimeters and they are lovely. Sorry, now I got the giggles. All right. And then these are the new, this is the peachy pink ones. So I think these are great. These are 10 millimeter, but you can see how that some of them look very peach and some look more sort of like a rosy mauve-y, sort of purpley kind of color, but you never know what you're going to get in a strand. So these are ABD005 and they're $42.99, which would take it down to like $21.50. And these are just beautiful.
What's the hole size?
Well, they tell me that it's up to 2 millimeter, but not all holes and not all leather is made equal. So I can't guarantee that you could get a 2 in them on every single pearl because it depends on the leather. Like we get 2 millimeter in, and sometimes it looks like 2 1/4, or sometimes it looks like 1 3/4. So it's a pretty good sized drill hole, but you know, again, I can't guarantee that you can get up to a 2. So it's kind of a, you know, it's a crapshoot when you get these. All of the large hole beads are fairly similar in that we never know what can get through it. Sometimes I'll go to make something and I can't do a 2, but I can always get a 1.5. Yeah. So here's the white ones in the 10 millimeter, and that's ABD006. So you can see they're really nice quality. They have a lot of luster on them. So nice big long strands too. People often ask how large are our strands, and they're usually around 15.5 to 16 inches. So that is the pearl. So
Susan is going to order now.
Okay.
Thank you, Susan.
So now you can switch us back so they can see my face again, because you know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh goodness. Well, that was interesting. Trying to, you know, technology. It's, and excuse the static and the giggles and the the coughing and all the stuff. So anyway, there we go. So I want to thank you guys for joining us today. And yes, Anita, they are, aren't they? They're very pretty. And I'm really lucky that I have a super great vendor. And all I do is send her, like, well, you guys often will send me pictures and say, have you seen these? And I will send them to her and say, can you find them? And that's what she does. She just brought me some beautiful ones, and they're almost all gone. I think there's only like 4 strands left of a gray one that I had in. So anyway, so that's that. So make sure that you join us this weekend for the Great Bead Extravaganza. We're all super excited. You know, we'll have giveaways and coupons, and who knows, everybody has something different, and lots of great talent, lots of fabulous projects, and it'll be a fun weekend. And we all look forward to that. And we really appreciate all the support that all of you give us there. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just head over to Facebook to the Great Bead Extravaganza and make sure that you join the group so that you're able to join in on that, because it is like a sort of a private group with over like almost 11,000 people in it. But you can't find the mauve pearls. What's the code on that one again?
These ones?
Or is that the only color, or is it?
No, there's one more string outside in brown.
Yeah,
This one is the peach.
yeah. So maybe the mauve ones, if we've got. I know in the States you would say mauve. I think we say mauve in Canada. So you know, sometimes I'll say mauvey pink, and I think, who's that talking? That doesn't sound like me. Because it's so weird how words, just like with an invisible border. I mean, I know there is a border, but how like just a line, an invisible line, and how things can change when it comes to the way that things are spelled or how we pronounce things. Like I think in the US, a lot of things you say things like foyer, and we say foyer. So a lot of words are a little bit different, but I think Savannah's just grabbing the other strand of the, she's a coming.
These are what you're talking about?
No, you know what? We might be out of the mauve ones right now. So we've just got maybe the peachy pink ones, and that would be it. I thought I just got the mauve ones in. I will check.
On the wall.
They might be on the wall. I'd have to check on my website. I just can't do it right now while I'm live doing this. But any of these large hole beads will be under the large hole bead section. So whatever we have on there is what we have available. So if there's something that's not in stock, then it won't be in stock. That's the way it is. Yeah.
Sheila, we do a live every Wednesday at 1.
Yeah. So that's our new thing is we're going to be doing a live every Wednesday. And then once a week, I'm still trying to get my act together to go back to doing YouTube videos on a more regular basis where I'm, editing them and all that kind of stuff. Just life has been tough. We're doing a renovation on our house starting now. So I have no dining room table and, no furniture upstairs. And we're about to rip the kitchen out this weekend. So it's hard to find time to do all these things. But I'm doing my darndest to do it all. So anyway, so at least we're here on Wednesdays. And sometimes it'll be me, sometimes it'll be Savannah, and sometimes it'll be both of us. So there you go. Yes, we will be doing as many as we can. So there you go, everybody. I want to thank you very much for your patience while we figure out this new system and for all the love you always show us and all the support with my store. It means the world to me. It allows us to keep doing something we love. So you guys go off and make some jewelry today. Have a great day. And
tag us if you make jewelry. Please tag us and show us what you make.
Yeah, we actually have a Beads and Blab group. So if you go to Kellie's Bead Boutique, Beads and Blab, you can join that group, and that's where you can show off your wares because we love to see what people make with our beads. So, and the best thing that you can do for us is spread the words. Just spread the love and tell people about us. Tell them about our great pricing and our great customer service and all those things. And that kind of stuff means the world to me. So, alrighty. So you guys have a great day, and we will see you on the weekend at the Great Bead Extravaganza. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye now.